Hey guys, welcome back to another Slightly Rednecked video. Again, my name's Chris, and if you're not familiar with this channel, I help you to produce your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or heck, even a spare room in your house if that's the way you want to do it. But today we're going to do something different. I want to talk about dog training. Now, this isn't going to be an in-depth how to train your dog video, but I do want to talk a couple of tips here why it's important to have a well-trained dog. And if nothing else, you know, my dog, you guys have probably seen him before. He's running around back there, checking out. He thinks there's a baby rabbit back there or something like that. He's been chasing them around. It's that time of year where the rabbits are coming out of the nest. Squirrels are out. He likes to chase them. He's all focused on that kind of stuff right now. He's not competition trained, so I couldn't take him to like a dog show or anything. But if nothing else, you want your dog to be able to come to you when you call the dog. You want to be able to restrain the dog. When people come over, you want the dog to be able to lay down, to stay, to something along that lines. So it's important to at least train your dog some basic commands just to make it sociable. And that's one thing that really, my dog is really well trained in that. And that when people come to the house, they're always impressed. I can take him to Tractor Supply, Lowe's, wherever with me. And I can make him lay down and I can go up to the cash register and pay. People walking by and he'll just lay there. People are always impressed by that and say, wow, he's really well trained. Now, he has his moments where he gets stubborn. He doesn't want to pay attention to me, but those are few and far between. He's right at 2 years old right now, but he's been pretty much this well trained since he was a puppy. So let me demonstrate. He's over there not paying attention. Max, come. Yes, good boy. That's good, that's good. You can see he comes right to me. Let me back up so you can see me in the camera here. That's a good boy. You're so good. You're so good. So there's a couple of things that we've done here. Max is an exceptional dog. I mean, he's pretty easy to train. He's pretty sharp. So that helps out a lot. But I do want to talk about some of the things that we've done to get him to this point. Max, down. Good. So first thing we did when he was a puppy, we got him at 3 months old. We put a leash on him. Every time we were home, he was on a leash. The leash was attached to my belt. So anywhere I went in the house, if I got up and moved around, he was with me. Always. He couldn't run off by himself. Always with me. Now, we did give him times off the leash. We'd take him off the leash, play with him and those kinds of things. We'd attach him back to the leash, hook him back up to my belt, and he was with me the whole time. So that kind of established me as the pack leader. That made him look to me for direction. Now, I did that for, I don't know, we probably did that for about a month until we got down to where he was looking to me for direction for things. Then we started working on some basic commands, the sit, the down, and you'll notice his down, he lays right there. He's gonna lay there till I tell him he can get up. There is no down and stay. It's down until I tell him he can get up. We also worked on place. The place command is he's got a blanket in the house that he lays on. It's over by the door. When we tell him place, he goes and lays down on his place. And they're very simple things to teach your dog. We taught him with treats. So high reward teaching. So it's, tell him to sit when he does the sit. Sometimes you have to kind of push their back end down just a little bit. I'm not going to demonstrate that on him because he already knows how to do these things. Push his back end down. When he does, a high reward, you praise him, you give him a treat. And we have a command, a word that means we can release him. And our word is yes. I don't know if he's paying attention. I didn't want him to jump up when I said that. So when I walk over to him and say that, he knows he can get up. So let me show you what I mean. You're so good, puppy. You're doing so good. Yes, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. So he knows he's done good. Now, he got treats when he was a puppy. He gets treats from time to time now, but not always. Sit. Same thing with the sit command. Good boy, good boy. He'll sit right there till I tell him he can get up. And he knows it. He's looking around. He's anxious. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. So now you may say, well, that's all fine and dandy. You're in your backyard. Let's take him out in the back field and see how well he does with all the distractions. There's baby rabbits living right under that wood pile, just off screen. He's going to want to go check them out. We'll see how he does when we go outside the fence. All right, you want to go chase some rabbits, huh? You want to get the rabbits? You want to get the squirrels? You want to get the rabbits? Get him all wound up first. See how well he behaves. Wait. That's another command we've taught him is wait. That means don't go until I tell you you can go. But it means it's not the same as stay. Stay means stay there permanently. Wait is kind of I'm ready to go, and I'm gonna get to go any second. That's what kind of command that is. So Max, wait. And he should wait there for me. Now he's gonna inch forward maybe a little bit, but for the most part, he's pretty good. Now watch when I give him his command. Yes, go get him. And he takes off, he goes after him, so he's a good boy. Where's the rabbits, Max? Go get him, go get him. He'll usually, in the morning times especially, he'll run back and go through the woods while I'm taking care of the quail. But what I want is to be able to call him back to me. There's no fences out here, none. He can go wherever he wants out here. He doesn't, he stays right here. So, again, it's just a matter of consistency. We've taught him those things in a controlled environment before we ever took him outside of the controlled environment. Now, I do want to spend some time talking about one of my favorite dog training tools, and that's what you see around my neck right here. This is the Mini Educator. It is a remote control collar. So he's got the collar around his neck right now. It has an electronic shock function on this side, a mild shock, a more severe shock for when he's doing something really wrong, like getting ready to run out in the road in front of a car, getting into the trash can, something like that. Hit that button, that teaches him no. That's the no. I don't have to use that hardly ever. This is not used to teach your dog anything. This is used to reinforce things they already know. It's also got a vibrate feature. That's what I use primarily. That's all I ever have to use with him. And I really don't have to use the collar very often with him at all anymore. But the way this works is I've already taught him his commands. So whenever I give him a command, if he doesn't respond quickly, I hit the vibrate function. And he's taken off. He's over getting a squirrel. He's up in the tree getting a squirrel. We'll see if he responds to me. See if I can pull him out of there when he's all wound up after a squirrel. Come. You're so good boy. You're so good. And I didn't have to use the collar whatsoever. He responded very, very well. Now let me take this collar off of him. That's a good boy. Go on, go get him, go get him. He doesn't mind this at all because when we first started training him with this collar on, he gets treats and he gets praised when he does well. So he thinks of this as he's gonna get trained, he's gonna get praised, he's gonna get treats. Max, come here. And you see, he still comes right back to me. Now, come here is not a command that I use that I expect immediate response to. Come here is just, just come here, just come on, When I give the come command, I don't want to use that too much, I don't want to overuse that with him, that's when I expect immediate response. No matter what he's doing, he should stop what he's doing and come to me. And that was trained with a long lead. Let him get a ways away from me. I had a 20-foot or a 30-foot rope that I attached onto his collar, and let him get a ways away from me. And whenever I'd say the word, I'm not going to use it right now because I don't want him to overuse it. I don't want him to hear it. I tug that collar just a little bit, and as soon as he started coming to me, it's high praise. It's yes, yes, good boy, yes, good boy. And then I'd have a high reward treat, like a piece of chicken, something like that. Once he figured out what that meant, it was pretty easy with him. He was real quick to respond to that. It was pretty easy. Once he figured out what that meant, then we take the leash off. We let him run out there a little ways, and then we call him back to us, and he's right to us every time. And give him a high reward, as soon as he starts coming towards me, not when he gets to me, as soon as he turns and starts coming to me, it's high reward, yes, praise, yes, good boy, and it gets him all excited, and he comes up to me, and he gets his reward. So again, we've done all that training with this collar on. Initially, it was just a matter of, lots of rewards for doing right, and once he's got that down, and he's got it down like that, he knows what to do, then you start introducing in my case, all I need to use is a vibrate. He doesn't need the shock. Some dogs are more stubborn, they might need the shock. And just so you know, I put this on myself and shocked myself. It's nothing more than a mild irritation. It's not, you don't like it. It's not like you want to sit around with it on all the time. But honestly, the point where it really affects him, I can barely even tell. I can barely even feel it. It's just a minor irritation. He's real sensitive to that though. So I don't need to use it. All I need to use is the vibrate function. Unless, like I said, he's bolting out into the road in front of a car, something like that. Now, I've trained him to where he doesn't go running out in the road. He stays in our yard for the most part. Every great once in a while, he will get on the tail of a rabbit or a cat or something like that, and he'll, bolt across the road. But for the most part, he's pretty good. And he likes his collar. He doesn't mind at all. Come here, buddy, let's put this on. See, he doesn't mind at all. When I get this in the house, as soon as I grab the collar, he's coming to me. Now, right now, he's all focused. He wants to go get a squirrel. Go get him. Go get him. Yes, go get him. Good boy. Good boy. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. So I'll let him play for a little bit. So again, it's this is a great tool because what this allows me to do is it allows me to let him just run, and I know I can call him back to me immediately. For the most part, if I just push that button, he's going to come right back to me. I don't use that. I call him instead, and if he doesn't respond right away, that's when the button gets pushed. But I don't have to do that very, very often at all. Most of the time I don't have to use his collar. He is a 2-year-old puppy though. He's kind of in his teenage years. So even though he's pretty well trained, even though he does respond to me 80% of the time incredibly well, I can call him off of a squirrel or a rabbit and he comes right back to me. If we go for prolonged periods of time without using his collar at all, then eventually he starts getting a little bit stubborn where he wants to just hang out there a little bit. He'll eventually come to me, but he won't come to me right away. And I want him to come to me right away because I want to be able to call him off when he's chasing a rabbit, like I said, out in the road, you know, something like that. I want to be able to call him off that and back to me. And I need him to stop in his tracks and turn and come right back to me. So when he starts getting slow at responding to that, then he starts wearing his collar again for a little while. And I really don't have to use it because when he's got his collar on, he is super attentive. He just knows that means pay attention. And he's very, very good about it. So anyway, come on, Max. Come on, buddy. Good boy. This is a new one we've been working on. He doesn't know this trick very well at all, so I would not use the collar to reinforce this, but I am going to practice it with you guys a little bit and we'll see how well he does. Heel. Oh, that's good. That's good. He does know that a little bit. He's not great at it, but he knows it. The hard part is when I'm walking. We'll see if he'll do that. Heel. Good boy. Oh, that's good. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Yes, good boy. That's a good boy. So he's doing good. He's like I said, sharp dog, but it's really not much more than just training. You can do this with any dog. And don't think that just because it's an older dog, it can't be trained. It definitely can be trained. Again, it's high reward to train the trick. Once he knows the trick, the command, whatever it is, very, very well, then it becomes reinforcement. And this is not bad. Again, all it does is vibrate, and that's all I need for him. And he responds to me very, very well. So I could tell him, come over here. Come here. Come on. Here. Down. Good boy. And I can do that in a grocery store. I can do that in Tractor Supply. I can leave him right there, people walking by, and he's not gonna get up. He's gonna lay right there. That's saying something because he loves everybody. Anybody comes by, he wants to go up and say hi to him. He wants to go up and greet him. He will resist and he'll lay right there while I leave him there. And I don't know how long he'll stay there. And the longest I've ever done is probably 15 minutes. That's a long time for a dog. His place in the house, the little blanket that we have that we send him to whenever whenever we need to contain him. He'll lay there for 30 or 45 minutes, and then it seems like he kind of forgets. He starts to get up, and all he goes, back, and he goes and lays back down there. And that's another thing I will say is if he were to get up right now, don't scold your dog. I should point this out. Never scold your dog for returning to you, to coming to you, or for disobeying that command when I've told him to down. If he gets up, then it's just calling back to you. Max, no. It's just an easy, nope, down, get him to lay back down, and then walk back away. Don't scold him. Don't get onto your dog. If he's running across the field and you call him and he doesn't respond to you right away, when he eventually responds and comes back to you, it's still praise for coming back to you. It's not scolding him. Dogs don't think like that. They don't put that on, oh, well, if I would have come back immediately, I wouldn't have got beat. They just think, when I come back, I get beat. And don't ever beat your dog. You shouldn't need to. But my point is, don't scold the dog. And that's most people's reaction is, that dog's not responding to me, you get mad, you get frustrated, and you start scolding the dog. Well, what you're doing is you're training the dog that when I do come back, I'm gonna get in trouble. So don't ever do that. It's always praise when they return to you, always, no matter what. Always praise when they return to you. And look at him, being all patient and good. You're such a good boy, Max. You're such a good boy. I never release him from the down position when I'm a ways away. It's always when I'm right next to him. Yes, good boy. And that just reinforces it, that he needs to stay there until I tell him he can get up. Sit. Nope. Good. And you'll notice right there, I told him to sit and he started to go down. I said, nope. He knows, oh, I'm not doing it right. He sits back up. And then it's good boy. That's a good boy. Yes, good boy. So anyway, I know it's a little bit of a long video and not really a step-by-step how to train your dog. I just want to reinforce that, you know, this is not hard to do. I mean, you can see he responds very, very well to me. He's a pretty well-trained dog. It's not incredibly hard to do. It just takes a little bit of time investment. It just takes a little bit of, you know, work with him. I worked with him probably 15, 20 minutes every day. Another thing I will say is you always want to, when you're doing a training session with your dog, you always want to end on a high note. If your dog's having a hard time with a trick, we've been trying to teach him to speak. He cannot get that down. So when we start training him with that, it's whenever something else is going on and he starts to bark at it. Usually it's somebody going down the road, he hears them, he barks a couple of times. And we give him the command, and when he barks, it's yes, good boy, but he just can't quite connect that. So we don't keep that up for long periods of time. We do little bits at a time, and he'll figure that out. He knows how to pick things up. Let's see, do we have anything to pick up? Will you pick up a stick for me? Grab it. No, no, grab it, grab. Here, grab. Come on, grab it, buddy. He doesn't know this command very well, so come on. Good boy, grab it. Good, yes, good boy. And you notice I praise him right there when he just puts his mouth to it. That's how I teach him this command. He's gonna figure that out. Eventually he's gonna wanna pick it up. Max, grab. Nope, grab. Okay, he's not in the mood to train right now, so I'm not gonna force that on him. That's not an important thing, that's just a trick, that's just a little thing. Now he used to, I don't know if he'll still do it. Let me pull my keys out here, we'll see if he'll pick them up. Max, grab. Nope, grab. Hey, focus. Good. That's another trick to teach him, is to look at you whenever you say focus. Max, focus. Focus, good. Here, grab. Nope, grab. Max, hey, grab. Good. Nope, grab. Okay, we'll have to work with him on that one. He doesn't really get it. I had him train when he was a puppy. He would do that. He would pick him up, but I haven't worked on that trick for a very, very long time, so he's kind of out of practice. He is focused on some other things going on. Not fair to try to train him when there's too many distractions going on. So we'll work on that trick another time, but I'm not gonna get mad at him for that. We'll work on it in the house where there's no distractions. I've got some treats that I can give him, something he really, really wants, and that will be his reward, and he'll pick it up pretty quick. Go get him, Max, go get him. We'll let him just run through the fields for a few minutes. That's his reward there. Good boy, go get him. Good boy, that's a good boy, go get him. Anyway, all right, so maybe a little bit long drawn out kind of video here, but again, if you're working on training a dog, I highly recommend one of these mini educators. Great little tool. It is a tool. Do not use it to punish your dog. I say that within reason. The only time I use it to punish my dog is if he's doing something very, very bad. Like I said, running out in the road, getting into the trash can. Those are about the only two times I can think of. If you have a dog that likes to chew on furniture or something like that, you know, usually I don't have to use this because I can just tell him to get out of that, to leave it alone. I can tell him no, and that reinforces that. But I can use this boost function if I need to, if I can catch him doing something, and that's a quick way to really fix the situation if he's doing something very bad. Like I said, running out in the road, there's cars coming. That's when it calls for this. That's about the only time. There's really no other time that I need to do that. He knows the command, leave it, and he knows the command, out. So if he has something in his mouth, I want him to drop it. The neighbor tends to take a bunch of scraps and dump them out back there, and in those there tend to be cooked bones. You should never give your dog cooked bones. They splinter, and he'll go back and get them, and he'll bring them back, and I say out, he'll drop them. I say leave it, and he'll leave it and let me pick it up and go throw it away. Now he wants it, he'll get it back if I just throw it out in the yard, but he will spit it out, he'll wait for me to get it, I'll take it back and I'll put it away. He knows those commands. So those are a few things that I think it's important to train your dog to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different than what I normally do. I just wanted to spend some time talking about this. Show off Max, show off how good he is, because he is a very good dog. Come on, buddy. Come back and get in the camera again. Say hi. Say hi to the people. Look at the camera. Say hi. Too many things going on. He wants to focus on everything else going on. There's kids playing out there and cats running around, all that kind of stuff. So, good boy, Max. You're All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, God bless.